Today I'm going to share one of my favorite recipes with you, restaurant style Aloo Gobi Matar. This easily ranks among the top 10 most popular vegetarian curries. And you know why? Because it's so flavorful. I will not only share the detailed recipe for this curry here, but also a secret ingredient that will make this even more finger-licking good. Let's make this together. Let's take a look at the ingredients. I'm using 700 grams of cauliflower that's cut in medium-sized florets, potatoes cut in medium-sized pieces. The quantity of potatoes should be roughly half that of the cauliflower. 1/4 cup of green peas, you can use either fresh or frozen. I'm using frozen here. 2 medium-sized tomatoes chopped in small pieces. 1 medium-sized onion finely chopped. 1 tablespoon of fresh ginger garlic paste. Make sure when you make the ginger garlic paste, 2/3 of it should be ginger and 1/3 should be garlic. 1 tablespoon of finely chopped coriander leaves. 5 to 6 slit green chilies. Half a tablespoon of kasuri methi or dried fenugreek leaves. 4 tablespoons of plain unsweetened yogurt. And to this yogurt, add 1/4 teaspoon of hing or asafoetida, half a teaspoon of cumin powder, 2 teaspoons of coriander powder, 1.5 teaspoons of Kashmiri red chili powder, and give that a good mix. Once it's mixed, take a fork and beat it well till the yogurt is totally smooth. Set that aside. In addition, we need half a teaspoon of cumin seeds, half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1 teaspoon of garam masala powder, 1 tablespoon of ghee, and salt to taste. Oh yes, the secret ingredient will come later in the video. Alright, let's get started. Let's blanch the cauliflower and potatoes first. Fill a pot full of water. Blanching not only speeds up the cooking process, but also helps clean the cauliflower florets really well. Add a teaspoon of salt to the water. Give it a quick stir and let the water come to a boil. Now add in the potato pieces as well as the cauliflower florets. Make sure they are submerged well. Place the lid on and cook for 5 minutes. Don't cook this any longer, we only want to partially cook the potatoes and cauliflower. Once 5 minutes is up, drain the water and set them aside. Let's brown the cauliflower and potatoes next. To a large pan, add approximately 2 tablespoons of oil and set it on high heat. Add turmeric powder and add in the blanched cauliflower and potatoes. Add salt to taste. Mix well to coat with the turmeric powder. Stir fry this until the cauliflower and the potatoes brown well. It could take anywhere from 10 to 12 minutes. After stir frying for 10 to 12 minutes on high heat, the potatoes and cauliflower should have cooked through. If not, place a lid on for a couple of minutes and make sure that they are cooked through. This is one of the most important steps in the recipe because browner the potatoes and cauliflower, more tasty the curry will turn out to be. Okay, now set that aside. Let's work on the gravy now. Set the same pan on medium heat and add around a tablespoon of oil. Add cumin seeds. Once the cumin seeds start to splutter, add onions and the ginger garlic paste. Stir fry till the onions turn translucent. This should take about a minute. Next, add the tomatoes in. Sprinkle some salt so the tomatoes cook faster. Give it a quick stir and place the lid on. Turn down the heat to low and cook until the tomatoes turn mushy. This should take approximately 5 minutes. Now turn up the heat to medium again and stir fry until the tomatoes become completely paste-like. This should also take approximately 5 minutes. As you keep stir frying, you'll find that at one point the tomato paste glides really easily on the surface of the pan and it starts to look oily like that. At this point, add the yogurt mix in. We'll do the same with the yogurt. Stir for approximately 5 minutes or till most of the liquid dries up. If you haven't already, check out some of the other recipes on my channel and consider subscribing if you like them. As you can see, most of the liquid has dried up. At this point, add slit green chilies, give it a quick stir, and add around half a cup of water. Don't add too much water, that's going to dilute the taste. We want the gravy to be just thick enough to be able to coat all the cauliflower and potato pieces. Add salt to taste and let the gravy simmer for around a minute. Add garam masala powder, kasuri methi, and mix well. Now add in the green peas. I'm using frozen green peas here, which are typically blanched before they are frozen, so they are softer than fresh peas. In case you're using fresh peas, place the lid on for a couple of minutes until they are soft. Add in the stir-fried cauliflower and potato pieces and coat well with the gravy. Give me a thumbs up if you're enjoying the recipe so far. Now place the lid on for just around 2 minutes or so that all the flavors come together. It's time for the secret ingredient. Drum roll, tomato ketchup. Okay, I know this sounds weird to use ketchup, but don't give me a thumbs down until you try it. Just a little squeeze of that ketchup will add a zing to this curry and make it finger-licking good, I promise. Okay, now add ghee in and give it a quick stir. We're almost there. Now turn off the heat and garnish with coriander leaves. And all done! This curry surely tastes good with roti, but I love it with jeera rice. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. I know it has a lot of steps, but make it and then taste it, and then you'll find yourself making it again and again and again. I don't know why, but the taste is addictive, I'm telling you. If you like this recipe, don't forget to share it with your friends. If you're on Pinterest or Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, don't forget to follow me. And for written recipes, do visit my blog. The links are in the description. If you like my recipes, consider subscribing to my channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified as soon as I post my next recipe. I post recipes every week. Alright my friends, see you next time. Bye-bye.